So, hello viewers, we're back with episode 2. You already know who's Matt, you already know who I am. So now we need to know who's Vintage Speedsters. So Matt, I think you're the right guy to tell us a bit about that. What makes Vintage Speedsters unique? What makes Vintage Speedster the best replica out there?
Well, one of the biggest reasons that we are where we are and we're having this conversation is our attention to detail. A lot of that comes from having done this since 1988. The business has been around. We have a brilliant foundation. The pieces do change from time to time, whether it's ownership or staff, but the reality is the process and the foundation that was built in 1988 and exists to today is really the reason that we've had the success we're having right now.
Can you talk about a bit, one of the things that got me walking through that door as a customer was the differentials, what really makes Vintage Speedsters unique. And one of the things that really grabbed my attention was the fact that you use authentic chassis, a BW chassis.
Right.
When I get my car, I'm going to get a title with a BW on it. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, there's a couple different ways that different companies manufacture these cars. You can build a tube chassis and create a car that's a brand new vehicle. Or you can do what we do, which is we utilize a Volkswagen chassis. We shorten it per actually Volkswagen standards. They have a system that they've laid out on how to shorten these. We use a cut when we cut our chassis. We use a specific kind of cut that allows us to register the vehicles in Europe. It's a German style cut. So that's just the chassis we use and a little bit about why we do that.
I think Matt is trying to accomplish answering my question without spilling the beans of how they uniquely here. No, but you'll get to see it eventually in the next episode. We're going to go in depth from when we get that chassis, when we cut it, when we paint it, everything we do in order to get that base very, very unique.
Right, yeah. And what we look for is we look for a solid construction where we shorten the chassis, but we don't lose any of the strength, the rigidity in the spine of the chassis. And that's just why we do things the way we do.
Can you talk a little bit about, for me, every business that I've been involved with, the product is very important. What I think what really makes a difference is a team.
Right.
I've been highly impressed by the team here. Everybody is very committed to the brand, to do the best job for the product. So can you talk about a little bit about your team?
We've got a great team. They work really hard. They work well together. It's what we've created here is kind of a family atmosphere. So they enjoy coming to work. We enjoy having them at work, and they all have great experience. They've done all the different things on the vehicle. So whether it's engines, transmissions, assembly, interior, all of those things, the guys know how to do all of it. They're all cross-trained. So it's really helpful, and it helps us to get things done in a really timely manner.
So what you're trying to say here is that you're not really needed here.
They could do it without me. I think I'm probably, if anything, I wander around and get in the way.
Excellent. So anyway, that's a little bit about who's Vintage Speedster, and we're going to go now in the next episodes in depth, as I just said, on what makes a product really, really different. So thanks for having us in episode 2, and I look forward to seeing you in episode 3.